Y'all, I don't even know how to begin this breakdown based off of what went down in this episode. What's good, y'all? She consists Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Reasonable Doubt video. And in this one, I'm breaking down season 3, episode number 8. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Reasonable Doubt content and conversations. I don't even know where to begin. We thought Ozzy was a mess. He's an even worse a mess. We knew something was off with his family, but his family is really off. Like murder, manipulation, adultery. Like, what? I'm like still trying to process what we just watched in this episode that kind of flipped the lens a little bit more onto Ozzy and his family and what is all beneath the very, very thin veneer that is their fronts and their masks. Mama is the villain. She quite literally is the villain. And if we didn't think that she was the villain all throughout this episode, we get it confirmed when she decides to slide Ozzy's ass right up under the bus, giving Jax a call at the very end like, yeah, I think Ozzy actually did it, actually. I'm going to go ahead and take back everything I said. I know I got my ass on this damn stand earlier and said I had lied about where my husband was because I had lied about that too. But none of this is actually working for me anymore. That boy asked me if I did it. I know good and goddamn well I didn't do it, even though I'm not convinced that she didn't do it, especially after they took care of Alex. But now that he's asking me this and I'm ready to put down the facade and I'm over it and I can't take my ass to the grocery store without seeing this boy destroy everything that I built for him, but also I did it for me because actually at the end of the day it was all about me. So he did it. How do we stop this trial? She don't say that, but that's what I felt like was going next. Like, mama, Miss Girl, why are you still with your husband if he been cheating with his assistant for 9 years and 4 months, ma'am? 9 years? That's old enough for them to have one of your children. That's long enough. I guess that's where we starting. We start with mama? Is we starting with mama? Mama pays off one of the women because they hire women to beat Alex's ass. It's not funny because he died. I didn't think that he was actually going to die. That's some crazy stuff. So I'm not laughing at him dying, but I'm laughing at them hiring women because that's some feminist things right there. Even with the murderous works, I love it. And it feels like Kristen, the sister, is working with the mama. They are in cahoots. Did y'all do this together? Did y'all kill Wendy together? Even though she feels very convincing. Mama feels very convincing by the end of the episode where she's talking about she think Ozzy did it and she's pointing to Ozzy's outbreaks, I think. Like, we have various moments where Ozzy literally, for lack of better words, y'all, because I don't have the words yet. I don't know. You could tell me what you feel like would be a better word in the comment section down below. But he has multiple moments of spazzing. Not to say that they're not warranted spazzes, but he spazzes the hell out. And he gets to screaming and banging on tables and hollering and gritting his teeth. And it's just like, do you need an exorcism, sir? I know this is a lot. It's a lot to take in, but are you okay? Clearly not. So let's not ask that, Erica. I don't know what to make of it. And then by the end of the episode, I feel like so confused. And I can't figure out if it's the good kind of confused or the bad kind of confused. Like before I pressed record, I was like, are they sailing a little bit too close to the sun with this episode? Because it feels like it's just so much and it's starting to get a little bit convoluted. I'm getting confused as an audience member. So now I'm no longer like leaning in and intrigued and like wanted to investigate and figure it out, and now I'm in a space of like being confused where I'm kind of like, well, I don't even care no more, and I haven't figured out which one it is, so I can't even tell y'all right now. I might be processing it in real time as I'm recording this. I can't even tell you. Like, this episode was a lot, and a lot in a very chaotic way, and I don't necessarily think that that's automatically a bad thing if that's what they were aiming to do. But I also think I wouldn't be surprised if we lose a bunch of the audience with this episode. I'm going to still be here. I'm going to watch until the end because I'm going to support the show regardless. But this was a lot. They introduced the mom and her testimony, which brings in the sex tape that they find. But also we find out by the end that the sex tape was doctored by Alex to look like Wendy, just so that the mama could find a way to drive Wendy and Ozzy apart. But y'all let Jax run with a fraudulent sex tape when it's actually Wendy's face on your husband's white mistress body. And you let Jax introduce this into the damn case. You got your ass up on the stand and testified to it. For what? Like, but we want to get Ozzy off. We want Ozzy to not. Yeah, I'm getting frustrated. I think I'm getting frustrated, y'all. But this is no shade to the damn show, because maybe it's me. I don't know how to take this, and I don't even know where to start to look. And then daddy, like his dad. Okay, that's your thing. Clearly, there's something that you model for your son without him even knowing or whatever. But stand up. Because she lay your ass out, she out your ass, she points everybody to you and make it look like you are the one who had the motive to kill the damn lady, even though it don't look like you gonna bust a grape in a damn fruit fight. And then at the very end, she say, bring your ass, and you bring your ass. What is that about? You have a whole mistress of 9 years. Why don't you leave this lady? What is going on? I don't understand what's happening with this damn family. And then it seemed like Kristen didn't know about the mistress from the dad, because she gets all weird in the courtroom when the mama's testifying about it. But Kristen was definitely in on the taking care of Alex. The dad isn't in on the taking care of Alex, but he suspects. And I'm like, but why all of them? It's just so chaotic for seemingly no reason. Is it all because of money and like notoriety? Is that all your mom wanted? Does your mama really only love Kristen and using Ozzy as a means to an end? And just playing a good mama? And that's what it's kind of giving. Like when Jax calls the mom in to like prep her, like, we're going to put you on the stand. She starts to say, well, we found a sex tape. Oh, my son. And she's like, girl, cut the bullshit. I know that you used this against that boy and to drive them apart, blah, 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 blah. And then she kind of like drops the act. And I'm like, so was the whole finding out that Monica sexually assaulted your 13-year-old child, was that also an act? Because I find it very hard to believe, with you being so manipulative, so calculating, a goddamn detective, it seems, because you're able to do all of these things and you didn't know that your son was being sexually assaulted for a decade? Something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. I can't even settle on who did it at this point. Even Ozzy is questioning by the end of like, did I do it? And it's like, are y'all about to go down this road of like snapped? Does he have multiple personality disorder? Are we going to dive into his mental health? But then even if that's the case, I'm like, well, why wouldn't any of those things start to pop up when he started treatment with Dr. Autumn? Like, y'all were able to uncover the sexual assault as a child. Was there no signs to like dig deeper? Because there could be more there. He could have borderline personality disorder. He could have multiple personality disorder. He could be experiencing bouts of schizophrenia. None of those things will pop up until now he get the beating on and unequivocally claiming that he's innocent, which it feels like he is, when Jax is like talking to Lewis and like, yo, I cannot focus on any other things other than helping my mama get healthy and winning this case for Ozzy. That's all I can actually do. This is a scared little boy, an innocent little boy trapped in a man's body. I said, exactly. But then he has all of these moments in his big man body where it's like, you could be very dangerous. You could be very harmful. But something in my spirit is telling me that he didn't do it. He didn't kill Wendy. My money's starting to lean on the sister, because I don't trust her. And she's manipulative and she's sneaky. I know that Daniel was sneaking behind her and trying to figure out where she's hiding, but she's doing the same thing. And the way that she wielded that, I think I'm falling in love with you, to throw his ass off just so that she can go through his journal, peep what she needed to peep, rip out that page. Moments after he was able to go through her phone and it's just so much. Maybe it's also so much outside of characters that I actually give a damn about. So that's also what's making me like, I don't know if I care anymore. Do I want Ozzy to get off if he didn't do it? But I'm not fully convinced that he didn't do it, even though it feels like he didn't. I feel like this damn breakdown is all over the place, but that is where my mind is after watching this episode. This is crazy. And then on top of like the bulk of the episode, which is based around his family, the chaotic ass, murderous ass mama, the weak-willed, adulterant ass daddy, the sister that's holding the damn family together, I guess, with gum and shoestrings, and Ozzy's mentally disturbed behind. That is a whole part of the episode, which could be the episode in and of itself. But then they sprinkled in other stuff. They sprinkled in Nisha going on podcasts, talking big cash shit about Ozzy, so much so that he got to threaten her. He says he's going to cut her BBL off and shove it down her throat. Sir. And you want somebody to believe that you did not murder your ex-girlfriend? When you're threatening like that, you better hope that she didn't record. But it doesn't seem like she did. She follows the threat and she retracts all her statements. But y'all have that. And then we find out, to me, which is the most anticlimactic thing that we have. I would not even have fathomed. Nothing in my brain was percolating down the line of Eddie has a illegitimate daughter somewhere. A random ass daughter somewhere. Let alone a random ass daughter who stays in trouble. Okay. Is her mama a crackhead too? Because you probably fathered her while you was heavily in crack. She's 30 years old. Huh? But I say it's anticlimactic because also I don't care that you have this kid elsewhere. I care that you're doing a good job and you're showing up for Mama Lou and you're showing up for Jax now. Jax seems so happy to have her father there and to have the support during this time. She's seemingly navigating all of the stuff that has been thrown at her in this very rough time beautifully. Freaking therapy is working for her. Miss Girl is working whatever resources she didn't discover. She's working her self-care. She's setting boundaries. She's communicating. She's doing everything that she needs to damn do. And the thing that Lewis has been pressing of, you better tell her is that you found a baby. A grown-ass adult now named Chelsea, who is desperately wanting to see Jax. Wanting to see Jax about what? Maybe I missed it because I also feel like I checked out at one point. I was really trying to focus in on Lori. Lori plays Chelsea, and I don't think the acting was bad. But I was expecting the acting to be bad. But I don't think the acting was bad. But I also am not fully convinced about her. I don't understand why she needs to see Jax so bad. Why she you done lived 30 years, you done had 3 kids by 3 different men. What do you need from Jax Stewart? What do you want from Jax Stewart? That you trying to hold this over your daddy so that he can introduce y'all because you putting your foot down after he come pick you up from lockup. Girl, it's just a lot going on. Again, I personally don't care about the whole Chelsea part of it. It's anticlimactic from Eddie's point of view because I thought it was going to be something just so much worse. Something that you could not get over. Something that you could not get past. The thing that was going to have Jax pack his ass up and ship his ass on out of here. But it's like, okay, you've been missing most of my damn life. I would expect you to have been sliding up in something, and every time and now and again, if you do that raw, a kid pops up. Surprise, surprise. Now, what kind of threw me off, because I'm working on my tempering my disdain for Lewis, because he's showing up on paper in the date nights as the husband that we would like for Jax. He's trying to be supportive. He's trying to be communicative. But the way that he has so much skepticism for Eddie and doesn't trust Eddie and doesn't like Eddie. And I get it, because Eddie is responsible for a lot of the pain that's in Jax's heart and in her mind and how she's navigated with men throughout the course of her life, which has ultimately affected you. But the way that you decide to hop your ass on Chelsea's bandwagon, and you can't see it for her establishing and liking the relationship that she's building with her father, but you can see it for her trying to cultivate a relationship with his kid, trust his kid. Oh, she might understand things from your point of view, and it would be nice if you have somebody like I have somebody. It's not that damn simple. They grew up very differently. They experienced 2 very different fathers. Like, what? It's like 10 years difference in age. Like, all while Lewis is making a case for her to reach out to Chelsea, and I love that Jax pushed back and was like, I just can't even handle that right now, so I'm not even going to worry about that. And then he concedes to that. I'm just like, this makes no damn sense, because it would seem like to me, if you don't like Eddie and you don't like what Eddie brings into Jax's life, you would be cutting out everything. You would be trying to sift through and audit anything that he's bringing, whether that's himself, whether that's people, whether it's his drug problems, whether it's his credit, whatever, but also people. So his kid is cool. His random ass daughter that came out of nowhere is cool. But Eddie ain't. Yeah, Lewis. Every time I try to give you an inch, your ass try to take them out, and I gotta. Because that to me rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just like, why would you be doing that? And she don't. What I will give them credit for, them putting Lori in a role where she's not just a pretty girl, I appreciate. I appreciate them giving her something to do other than just playing herself, and giving her something to try to stretch and to try with. This is the most undone I have ever seen Lori. So shout out to her with that. But she also feels like she don't have a great spirit. She feels like she's up to something sinister. So Lewis, you're going to bat for this girl, for her to cultivate a relationship, to build this sisterhood with this random ass girl, only for Jax to be setting herself up to walk in and be what? Taken advantage of? Manipulated? Guilted into supporting her and her terrible ass life, to where she's dependent upon her damn daddy's disability checks? And he ain't even disabled. Again, Lewis, you on thin ice. You on thin ice with me. Now, also in this episode, we get to see Mama Lou getting settled in at Jax's house, and like what the little bits of their routine looks like, and taking care of her, which is really good. Again, we get the whole Jax like relishing in my dad is here and supportive, and she's allowing herself to feel that and to feel good about that, which I actually love for her. Sally, Bill, and Chris. I don't not care. But maybe that's it. Maybe it's just so much happening in this episode that I didn't give a damn about, or don't give enough of a damn about, that's like throwing me. Because Chris wants to take the kids to North Carolina, where I guess he feels like he's going to be able to afford a new house, because Sally, guess what? You did wind up putting y'all's house at risk, and y'all lost it. All behind your goofy ass cousin who ran when she wasn't supposed to run. When you put your house up in support of her, even though your husband asked you not to, told you not to, you did it anyway. And this is why y'all asses are headed to divorce any damn way. But he is ready to move to the North Carolina and take the damn kids with him as the sole parent. Do you really believe that Sally's not a good parent? I don't understand that. Like, if you want to move, cool. If you feel like you got to reset yourself financially, cool. But then also it's like, okay, well then why would he allow the kids to stay here if he's going to move? I don't know. I don't give a damn enough. And Sally getting all caught up in a rapture with Bill, but then not get all caught up in a rapture with Bill, because they both going through a divorce and they both touchy, but they also can't stop sticking parts of them into parts of them, each other. It's weird. It's very weird. And I don't like Sally as a person, so I'm also just like, girl, I'm not actually rooting for you. So while I want to stick it to Chris of like, sir, you're trying to take our damn kids across the country randomly, but girl, you put y'all's house up and you lost it. So you know what, Chris, do whatever the hell you're going to do. Y'all can discuss that in the comment section, because I can't even force myself to care. It does feel like there's the beginnings of Sally and Bill starting something. And I like that they're doing something from a place of honesty. But also part of me feels like one of them are going to get their partner back. And it might be Sally. Like, Sally's not going to lay down and let Chris just drag her through this. Bill offers his free legal services, because she don't understand what the hell is in his petition, which Bill has to explain. He going to take them damn kids. He wants sole custody, blah, 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 blah. And he also wants spousal support. Excuse me? Men who be asking for spousal support from women, I just be like, But anyway, and it seems like they like each other. They definitely like sticking parts. He likes sticking parts of him and the parts of her, and she likes how he do it. Cool. But part of me also feels like Chris and Sally are going to get over this. It's like they putting their feet to the fire now, but they're going to get over this, especially with her not laying down for him and like, well, I'm going to fight. And he's like, oh, well, I sent flowers because I didn't want you to have it all hit you at once. And it's just like, sir, you put all the shit in here. It's going. Shut up. If you really care, you're not done in the way that you think you are. So whatever. Chris, I do believe that at some point you could forgive her, but you haven't been trying to forgive her. Y'all was just hunching until she stopped the hunching, and now she's forcing your hand. So y'all are going through the whole divorce thing because she petitioned you. But I don't believe that Chris actually wants a divorce, and I'm not even convinced that Sally wants one. Sally is getting a free hall pass to go back to her whole phase, which she actually mentions to Bill, and it's giving you always been a trollop. Maybe you always want to be a trollop. But it also, again, feels like what Bill and Sally are starting could develop into something, but it's more likely going to develop into one of them getting taken back by their partner and dumping the other. And honestly, no matter how much good Bill do, every time I see the partner stop by his office, and then we get in this episode, oh, your family's gonna like how the vote goes when the partnership meeting comes and the partnership vote happens. I'm not rooting for any good to happen to Bill because you a snake as well. You a conniving ass white man who use your white privilege for this and that. You just like dipping your little stick into a little bit of chocolate every now and again. I'm not convinced that you are actually an ally. I'm not convinced that you are not going to be a detriment to your black ass kids. I'm not convinced, Bill. I don't give a damn how well you put it down on Sally. I don't give a damn how few times, because it's only been a handful that you've advocated for Jax after backstabbing her ass. I don't give a damn. Unless you turn on this partnership or you do something that truly speaks to your integrity after you've been skirting the damn lines this whole time and your wife rightfully put your ass out that damn house and decided to exit this marriage from you, unless you start to figure that out, I ain't root for no good for you. So I ain't gonna be mad if Sally gets Chris back and leaves his ass high and dry. Ortiz is a good prosecutor. We get a couple moments of courtroom action in this episode and how he like redirects and how he cross-examines. I'm like, ooh, Jax, he's been paying attention to you whooping his ass all this time and he did not come to play. When they tagged his ass back in this season, I said, oh, this is not going to be a cakewalk for Jax at all. And this shows in this episode, even like the cross-examination of the mom and how he offers up like basically push her into a place to also offer up the narrative that she is quite literally a liar and you can't actually listen to her. I'm like, well, damn, if I was in the jury, I would be very confused. And that's his job. So I just wanted to go ahead and make that note. That's all I really got, y'all. I'm very perplexed by this episode. I won't say I didn't enjoy it, but I'm like leaving it scratching my head. And I don't know how to feel about that. Let me know how you felt in the comment section down below. It's your good sis, you love Talk TV with. See you in the next one.